Okay, without wasting our time, let's welcome our next lecturer, Dr. Nodi King David, PhD and HFDBML from Awedu Institute of Business Management and Leadership in Nigeria. He's the rector, he's the registrar of the institute. Yes, we have so many things to talk about our label lecturer, but I'm just going to show you briefly most of his profile so you can familiar yourself with our dear lecturer. Dr. Nodi King David is a trailblazer in the realms of education, realms of academy, leadership, and philanthropy, representing the highest standard of knowledge, service, and integrity. With 4 doctorate degrees spanning human resources management, social work, hospitality management, and public administration, he has established himself as a formidable intellectual force. His resilient pursuit of excellence continue as he embarked on Doctor of Business Administration in Corporate Governance and Leadership at A&M University Business Study, Abuja, further deepening his expertise in corporate governance and leadership. So, without wasting much of your time, I'm just going to show you quickly the slides of more of his commitment in the area of education. And also, I'm going to quickly remind you of some of his assignments. So if you have not go through the assignment, this is the time to work on it. We are already 30 of June. So before we enter into July, please try to do the number 1 assignment, number 2 assignment, number 3 assignment, number 4 assignment, and number 5 assignment. He's been with us since May for this journey together, and he has already covered up almost 5 sections. So today is his 6th section. So you are all welcome, and let us sit down, relax, and learn from this amazing academician and educator, great leader in our society with full energy and ideas, very genius and amazing Dr. King David. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, Prof.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to a new week. The last day of the month of June 2025.
Yes. Wow.
It has been an amazing opportunity working with every one of you. I strongly believe I just have 2 or 3 classes left before we can call it over. Because for the 4th week, I don't think that might supposed to be my assessment week. So today, we're going to look into leadership from another dimension, looking at the concept and also some new concepts for leadership that have just been introduced into the academic realm. And we won't take the presentation today because I strongly believe a lot of corrections have been made. People that have already presented will hopefully that they will also attend the international conference to present their papers. So what we are doing is to work on all the papers they submitted to meet up with the criteria and the standard of the international conference so that at the end of the day, the paper will be published. So I want to congratulate every one of you who have participated in advance to say congratulations to you all. You guys did a lot of amazing research, even if the work will also pass through plagiarizing test, which is going to be a lot of burden on me because I'm trying to see how we can able to reduce it to meet up with the criteria. So this morning, let's go straight. Please, ma'am, permit me to share. Prof, permit me to share. Okay, thank you.
Yes, you can share. Okay. Yes, you can share, sir.
Thank you, Prof.
We welcome Ambassador Temitope Odetunde, Mr. Gabriel, Mr. David West, Dr. Vasudeva, and others. Thank you so much for joining us today. Ambassador Melta and Ambassador Lekara Victor. Okay, so over to our lecturer.
So today we're going to look at S.T.E.E.L leadership. S.T.E.E.L leadership. The word S.T.E.E.L leadership, the S.T.E.E.L is an acronym, an abbreviation, which the first T stands for strategy. The first T stands for strategy. The S stands for strategy, sorry. The T stands for transformational. The first E serves as ethical, and the other E, empathetic, and L means liberation, leadership. Now, this is a special lecture being composed, and forget about either you're Nigerian, you're from India, you're from UK, US, anywhere you're joining from. The issues we're having today is not only Nigeria, it's a global issue, which is the issue of leadership. You have someone today, what do you think might be the problem in your country? Everything bounces back to leadership. So when you see the context in Nigeria, don't think it's only applicable to Nigeria. It's a global challenge that we're all facing today in the whole world. So we're going to look at the S.T.E.E.L leadership and how S.T.E.E.L leadership can able to enhance or to solve the global problems we're having today. Now, in today's fast-changing world, especially with all the confusions and problems, more especially Nigeria as a case study, the issues of politics, economy, and leadership, there is a serious need for a new kind of leadership style. That is where S.T.E.E.L leadership comes in. When you are trying to talk about the problem of Nigeria, the problem of the world, that is where you have to look into S.T.E.E.L leadership. You are trying to talk about economic development, you need S.T.E.E.L leadership. You talk about politics, you need S.T.E.E.L leadership. You talk about human capital development, you need S.T.E.E.L leadership. That is where S.T.E.E.L leadership comes in. It is a new science discovery that is fancy based on abbreviation, which is more than that. Sometimes you may see S.T.E.E.L leadership as an acronym, but it is more than just an acronym we know. It goes deep and gives us an in-depth knowledge of what leaders should do, the qualities of a leader, how leaders should be able to lead his or her followers, contribute to their human development, and to elevate poverty. That is S.T.E.E.L leadership. Let's look at the approach. This leadership approach is being combined into three. One, philosophy, the mindset or belief of the leader. We are all followers. You have one leader or the other. You as an individual, too, you're also a leader. What is your belief? What is your mindset? What is your belief? What is your mindset? Every leader has a belief system. What you believe in will justify the outcome of what you have to deliver, what you have to give back to. Your belief system justifies it's like a roadmap. Sometimes, let me also use a practical case study, Muslim and Christian. You ask someone today, what is your religion? They will tell you Christian. The other person will tell you Muslim. But the question is, they all have a single belief. Muslim has their belief, Christian has their belief. So leaders also have their belief. So what is your belief system? The mindset. It's not about being a Christian alone, but what is your mindset? That is why, yes, you can't international every time keep preaching about mindset. That if the mind of the youth have not changed, if the orientations have not been given to them, then they will still remain the way they are to still do the whole thing the same way they'll be doing. There will be new method. So the belief system of the leader is very important for you to understand. That is the philosophy approach. The psychology approach, how leader understand people and emotion. How leader, as a leader, how do you understand your people and emotions? You look at the problem that happened in Nigeria recently about mass killing of 250 individuals that were killed in Benue State. How does the president of Nigeria react to the situation? Does the leader understand your people? Does the leader care about the well-being of your people? That is psychology. How the leader understand the people and the emotions? Then the third philosophy is strategy. How the leader plans and take action. Now you have identified the problems. You know the problems, the area that your people are looking for what they want. What plans you have in place? What actions have you taken to provide solutions to these problems? Together, S.T.E.E.L leadership helps leaders to stay strong, wise, and effective in uncertain times, especially useful in places like Nigeria or other parts of the world, and can change quickly, and problems can be what? Complicated. So we need S.T.E.E.L leadership to solve this problem. Deflation. What is the meaning of S.T.E.E.L leadership? S.T.E.E.L leadership is a new kind of leadership style that brings together ideas from a brain science and leadership. It builds on the understanding that being a good leader today means more than just giving orders. It means connecting with people, thinking clearly, and acting with courage. I repeat again, as a S.T.E.E.L leadership is a new kind of leadership style that brings together ideas from brain science and leadership. It builds on the understanding that being a good leader today means more than just giving orders. It means connecting with people and thinking clearly and acting with courage. So as a leader, it's not just giving orders. It's not just being in charge. It's not just being controlled, but it means connecting with people. How friendly you are with your followers. How do you relate with your followers? Thinking clearly. When you think, it's your thinking is positive or negative. And acting with courage. That is what leaders means. When I talk about leadership, that is what we mean. Connecting with your people, thinking clearly, and acting with courage. You cannot be a leader and you become dull. You are slow. You don't know what to do. No, you must be energized. You must have the boldness, ability to speak. That is leader. So S.T.E.E.L leadership is looking at leader does not just control, but giving a free hand, freedom for the followers or employees to enjoy, for them to live independent. You free them from bondage, free them from slave, become their voice. As a leader, you serve as a voice to the voiceless. Second, manage them effectively, lead them to the right path, and second, able to influence them for them to at least live beyond or above their expectation. According to leadership expert Simon Sinek, he emphasized that empathy means caring about people. Empathy means caring about people, not just what they can do. And as a leader too, James also said, explain that real leaders inspire people to grow and do what is right. According to James, it's a real leaders inspire people to grow and do what is right. The question is, as a leader hearing my voice this morning, how many persons have you raised? How many persons have you empowered or inspired to grow? How many of your employees or how many of your followers you can hit your chest to say, yeah, you are able to make this one to stand on his or her own. You are able to empower such person to become an independent. That is leadership. The real leaders inspire people to grow and do what is right. And that is what Professor Elizabeth have done, creating a platform for you to excel. That is a leader. Inspire you to grow by giving motivation, creating lectures for you to learn, personal development. Real leaders inspire people to grow. and do what is right. This should be your question. What you are doing now, is it right? The question is, what would your followers say in your absence? Can they defend to say, wow, I love my leader. He is good, she is good. But she said this, she does not change her mind. She's a type of leader, or is a type of leader we all want. That is leadership. So lasting change does not come from shouting command. As a leader, it's not about shouting, hey, do this, hey, do that, I command you. Neither. No, it comes from having a strong plan and the boldness to stick to it, even when it is told. As a leader, you don't just command. Your duty is not to command people, but creating a plan. What plan do you have in place? You have a better plan in place, your shout will reduce. If you have a better plan in place, your shout will reduce. If you're a good communicator, you're able to communicate your goals and objectives, your shout will reduce. But if you don't have such, you are putting yourself in trouble. That is why S.T.E.E.L leadership is based on 5 strong qualities, or you can call it pillars. 5 strong qualities, or you can call it pillars. Like I earlier said, the S.T.E.E.L leadership, the first S means strategy. And when we try to talk about strategy, clear planning. Clear planning. This is Monday, the new week. Many of us does not have a single budget for the week. We don't have a plan for ourselves for the week. If someone asks you now, what is our plan for this week? Many of us will still be thinking, oh, I have not done anything yet. I have yet to drop out. I have yet to realize what I needed to achieve for the week. No. As a leader, you set a clear strategy for yourself. Clear planning. 2, transformational. Inspiring change. Inspiring change. What kind of change have you making in the society? What are people benefiting from you? What influence have you done? Inspiring for change. People want to learn. People want to listen to you. They want to hear your voice. Transformational. The ethical, doing the right thing. As a leader, doing the right thing. When you understand that this is white, it should better you tell them this is white. Don't turn it down. Doing the right thing, ethical. The empathetic, understanding people. It is the duty as a leader to understand your people, your followers. Know their welfare, understand their situation, their conditions. And the last but not the least, liberating, helping others to grow and lead too. That means you're not just a leader, you must raise someone that will step in your position that can do what you can do. If as a leader, no one can duplicate you, no one can do what you can do, then you are not a leader. As a leader, you have to duplicate yourself in the life of someone. Then step out, allow the person to come in. The person should be able to do what you can do. That is leadership. So this model helps leaders make thoughtful decisions, stay true to their values, understand emotions better, and lead with courage, especially in the challenging times. Like in the challenging times, Nigeria is a case study. So as a leader, you must be true to yourself. Sometimes ask yourself before you take any action, this step you're about to take, is it the right step? This thing you're about to do, is it the right thing for you to do? That is still leadership. When you understand still leadership, to become a leader is very sweet. You have problems. Now let's go deep, one after the other. Pillars, 5 pillars of leadership, or still leadership. The 5 pillars of still leadership. One, like I earlier said, the strategic leadership, clear planning. A strategic leadership means thinking ahead, making smart plans, and preparing for the future. I repeat, strategic leadership means thinking ahead, making the smart plans, and preparing for the future. Not just reacting to problems. Strategic leaders connect today's action with tomorrow's goal. That is it. So if you're living in the world today, You must stop the aspect of delayed gratification and focus on tomorrow. Every step you are taking should not be for today. Your step you are taking is for tomorrow. The plan you are making now, ensure that that plan will favor you tomorrow, not the plan that is going to be vanished immediately. That is strategic leadership. You must set a clear plan, thinking ahead, making a smart plan, a smart goals for the future. There are certain things you need there now, and there are certain things you don't need there now. You need them tomorrow. You need them in future. As a student in university, and you're privileged to have some money with you, your parent gives to you. You don't need cars now. What will you do with car? Yes, there are basic things you need, but you need them in future. So how will you decide that you want to use your school fees to buy a car? It's not possible. You must think ahead. That is strategic thinking. As a leader, you must think fast, think deep, set a smart goals, plan for the future. Not just reacting to problem, but connect with today's action to tomorrow goals. Everything you are doing should focus on tomorrow. Practical example of such leader, we know her, Ngozi Okonjo, the former minister of Nigeria. Other countries where you find yourself, you also have some leaders who are strategy leaders that can illustrate them as a practical example. Let's look at example, another. A strategy is about making choices. Strategy is about making choices, trade-off, and it's also deliberately choosing to be different. That is what Michael Porter said. So when trying to set a strategy, you are trying to set a different, in fact, do something different among others. The way, yes, you can't organize an event is different from the way others organize event. So organizations today find it difficult to organize a visual event where training can be conducted free like this. But here we are enjoying that strategy. So organization will tell you, in order for you to do a diploma program with them, you need to travel from your hometown, travel from your country, and come to the country where the school is located and do something. That is strategy. But here we are, it's another strategy. So strategic leadership is about making a smart move, making a plan that not just speak for only today, but for tomorrow. Number two, transformational leaders or leadership, inspiring change. Transformational leaders inspire people to grow, think bigger, and change the system around them. They don't just fix problems, they help others rise above them. Very important. Transformational leaders inspire people to grow, think bigger, and change the system around them. They don't just fix problems, they help others rise above them. A practical example of my boss, my director. Hardly today you see working under a boss or under your director that will allow you to further your education. But today, my boss allowed me to grow under him. That is transformational. As a leader, I know your employees that you allow to grow above you. How many of your employees you allow to grow above you? That is transformational leadership. How many? How many? So as a leader, ask yourself that question. Talk about transformational leadership. Talk about, you can use a practical example of Nelson Mandela, how you transform South Africa, uniting a divided nation. That is transformational, bringing a change. Transformational leaders motivate others by raising awareness about the importance of their task and the importance of the organizational world goals. Then there you are not focusing on talk about transformational. And that is what leadership is all about. Change. Change. We want to see change. We want to see something different compared to what we've been saying before. Number three, ethical. Doing the right thing. Ethical leaders means leading with honesty, fairness, and strong moral principles. Even when it is hard, it is not about doing what was popular, but doing what is right. Something happened in Nigeria recently, permit to share a very shock story that I enjoy so much. A tricycle rider carried a woman, a stranger for that matter. A tricycle rider carried a stranger in his tricycle, and the strangers forgot about 1 million naira. The woman forgot about 1 million naira in the tricycle. Just left the 1 million naira in the tricycle and left. The tricycle driver found the money in his tricycle. And when he found the money, some people have to say, wow, this is an avenue for me to become a millionaire. The person will have used the money to divert to any other thing. But guess what? This tricycle driver collected the money and revised back his tricycle to search for the woman. And when he found the woman, he handed the money to her. That is ethical. Doing what is right. Doing what is honest. Doing what is honest. Even when nobody is there, no one sees you, you are expected to do the needful. I heard some of the story people were complaining, hey, they went to church and they noticed people drop offering in the church, maybe drop money on the altar, and they pick those money. Do you know the implications? Then that means you are not honest to yourself. As a leader, you're expected to be honest. You're expected to be truthful. Can people trust you with the little that they have? If someone handles money and placed under your custody, how will you manage the money? Someone say you want to test the ability of a human being, give him money. You want to load the real character of somebody, let that person have money. You will see the arrogant, how the person will be so arrogant. The pride will come out. As a leader, you are expected to be humble, be honest, and be fair to everyone, every of your leaders or every of your followers. You must be fair to them. Ethics is knowing the difference between what is right and to do, and what is right to do what? To do. Be honest to yourself. Number 4, empathetic. Understanding people. Empathetic leaders feel what others feel. They listen, connect emotionally, and respond with care. This builds trust and stronger teams or communities. Look at Y.Y.C.I. We're in Nigeria, cry between the fight. The clashes that's happening between the Israelites and the what? The Iran. See how we are fighting, we are crying. Why are they killing themselves? Each time they release their tools and go to war or release bomb, we shed tears because we have that empathy. They are human, just like us. So we're killing ourselves. So as a leader, you must have that feeling. You must feel about others. You listen to them, connect with them emotionally, and respond to them with care. As a leader, you find out a child is HIV positive. You say, hey, throw the child away. No. Such person needs your care. In fact, that is where the more you care for the person, the more you bring the person back to life. Someone had an accident and become crippled. You say, cannot marry the person again because he's crippled. No. That is where the care comes in. As a leader, everyone needs your care. You care for them, they care for you. Empathy is about finding echoes of another person in yourself. It's like carrying the body of others. Why suffering? Why are they suffering? Why are they like this? Sometimes you drive and pass on the street. You see a lot of beggars on the street. You see some people, they're sleeping under the flyover. No accommodations. They are not in school. You see children begging for alms. How do you feel? You must show empathy. As a leader, you must be empathetic. Show concern that you truly care for your followers. The last, liberating leadership. Helping others to grow and lead to. Liberating leadership is about empowering others, not just controlling them. These leaders create space for others to rise, grow, and become leaders themselves. As a liberating leader, you are expected to see others rise above you. It is a joy to see others growing like you, grow more than the way you are. You don't allow your followers to stop where you stop. You allow them to grow more than you. It's like the prayers of every parent every day that they want to see their children growing more than them. So as a leader, you want to see your followers growing more than you. Don't gauge them. Don't praise them. Don't control them. Give them the privilege to be independent. And the credit will go back to you. According to Ravnada, he said the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. In the world today, leaders are looking for millions of followers, even on social media. They say, how many followers do you have? Hey, I already have 2.5 million followers. Out of the 2.5 million followers you have on your social media page, how many have you empowered? How many do you know them by their names? How many that if they call you, you can answer to them? Many of us will follow a particular page, a particular individual to say, it's my mentor. Does your mentor knows you? Or what significant impact will you call such individual your mentor? What is his impact? What change have you made to your life or to the society? So that is what Nada say. Say the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. It's to produce more leaders. Not more followers. Okay, sir, can you please share number 1 and 2 pillars? God will help us. Okay. So I say the first pillar is strategy. You have to be fast where you're bringing us backward. Strategy, clear planning. And the second one, transformational. I think after the class, I can quickly do a little recap on that. Thank you. So liberating leadership, helping others to grow is exactly what we want. Helping others to grow. Exactly what we want. Then let's proceed. Please, if you are too fast, let me know. Let's look at the concept of S.T.E.E.L leadership. The concept of S.T.E.E.L leadership. Sorry if the grammar big, this is a new concept, but I break it down to very simple so that we all understand it. The neurocivic encoding. The first concept is the neurocivic encoding. This simply means the automatic habit, beliefs, and attitude that leaders pick up from the society they grow up in, especially when that society is corrupt or broken. Look at what is happening. You can see the pictures, the police officer. Do you know that today, many youth in Nigeria today want to join police because they want to be extorting money from passengers or from drivers driving on the road? We grow into a system of corruption. And going into a system of corruption, it becomes part and parcel of our life. It becomes a habit. Some people today go to university to study because they want to become lecturers so that at the end of the day, they can collect something from students. Neurocivic encoding, it is a bad habit we inherit. You grow in a family where your parents will go out in the morning and come out in the night. So by the time you grow up, it becomes a habit to you as a child or children. So your plan is you will go out and also come back in the night. That is the belief. It becomes attitude that leaders pick up from the society when they grow up. Example, Nigeria. Many leaders have grown up watching corruption, selfishness, and dishonesty in government and business. Over time, their brains get used to the behavior. They start to believe that this is just how things are done. This is called neurocivic encoding, like downloading a bad app into your mind without realizing it. Downloading a bad app into your mind without realizing it. It's like you belong to a cycle where they say something negative every time. Say something bad, nothing positive. So your mind you're already programming your mind negatively. That is why sometimes we find it difficult to even use a positive word to say something good will come out. Neurocivic encoding. When you're being growing up in a society that's already corrupt and you adopt the whole system, you are not ready to make a change. So instead of thinking deeply and solving problems with care, which is responsive leadership, They often just react quickly, emotionally, or selfishly. Reactive leadership, because that is what they have seen all their lives. That is what they have seen all their lives. Neurocivic encoding. Now, the challenge is, how do we face or overcome the neurocivic encoding? Leaders must recode themselves, which means they must unlearn the bad behaviors they pick up from the society. They must. As a leader, you must unlearn the bad behavior that you already pick up from the society. You need to reflect. You need to think, take time, and to reflect on yourself. Question your habit and practice the better ways of thinking and leading. Sometimes ask yourself a question before you take any step. This thing I'm doing, is it the right thing? Like keep telling people, don't just say because YYCI International make the diplomatic class, the diploma class as free for you because you're not paying for it. You just come and learn or just want to get the certificate. No, ask yourself, does this program is really what I want for myself? You have to question yourself. It's not just you getting the certificate. Example, imagine a young man grows up in a town where local leaders always collect bribes to do anything. When he becomes a leader himself, you will naturally start asking for bribes too, because that is what he saw and that is what he learned. That is why as a family, parent, you are having children with you in your house, you have to be very careful. What children see, children are good imitators. They imitate immediately. If your husband and wife, both of your husband and wife are having issues or misunderstanding, don't do it in the presence of your children. If not, they must someday practice it. When people visit you, your voice and manner of approach matters. If not, your children will also do the same thing you always do. Applicable to also employer and employees. Employer, you have to be very careful and mind the uses of language you speak or communicate to employees. Load. But if you stop and say, this is wrong, and I need to lead differently, and then learn how to be honest, fairness, and good governance, then you are not thinking of reprogramming your mind. And that is what we mean by recoding neurocivic encoding. In order to react to this, you must be programming your mind. You must rethink and say, I can be able to overcome the bad habits that have learned in you. When you're already being developed or grow up or raised from a corrupt environment, you need to fix yourself by reprogramming your mind, examine yourself, and think of what you can do to come out from those old habits, bad characters. And that is what the neurocivic encoding is all about. Number two, the ethical strategy dissonance. Number two concept, ethical strategic dissonance. This means when a leader knows what is right, which is ethics, but feel pressure to do the wrong thing just to survive in politics or to stay in power. Practical example in Nigeria today. Do you know in the government system, a political system in Nigeria, you will see that politicians will award a contract to his friend, knowing fully whether his friend doesn't qualify to win that contract. Because he believes that if he fails to award the contract to his friend might not support his ambition again for the next election. He is under pressure because ethical strategy dissonance. When as a leader, you know the right thing to do, but you are being pressured to do the wrong thing just to survive in politics, just to maintain your position. I don't want to lose this job. I don't want to lose this job. And exactly what we're practicing today in Nigeria. Someone does not qualify to be in a particular position. We bring the person in just to maintain our position in the office. We don't want to lose the job. So many leaders in Nigeria go through this. They want to be honest, but if they speak the truth or fight corruption, they might lose friends, money, or even their position. So they feel confused or stuck, and sometimes end up doing nothing or choosing the wrong thing. So how do you react to this? Solution. The solution to this problem is what we call integrity frenzy. And the integrity frenzy, it is the way to learn integrity. That means having the skill and confidence to make the right choice, even when the situation is tough or unclear. As a leader, you must ability to stand firm, ability for you to make the right choice, even when the situation is more tough or unclear. It's like training your mind to stay strong and choose what is right, even when it might cost you something. Do you know that, okay, there's a case that happened recently in Akwa Ibom. For those who are not in Nigeria, Akwa Ibom is a state, one of the states in Nigeria, from the south. That when the governor of Akwa Ibom state wanted to decamp to APC, it's a political party, APC, they call it All Progressive Congress. Now he get instructions to all his appointed commissioners. Say, look, immediately they come to APC, you all must decamp with me. But one of the commissioners appointee quickly write a resignation letter to say, I cannot work against my integrity. I will resign. That is integrity. Even when your boss tries to pressure you to do what is wrong to maintain your position, look, if the position you think is going to bring issues to you, resign. That is integrity frenzy. You know that this thing they're forcing you to do is wrong, but you just want to do it to maintain or to maintain the position. One day it will backfire back to you. Another example, a governor knows that awarding a contract to his friend who does not qualify is wrong. But if he refuses, that friend might stop supporting him politically. Now he's in a toward spot. What can he do? If he has integrity frenzy, he will choose what is right, even if it means losing that friend, because he understands that long-time trust and fairness better than more than short-time what survival. Today we're living in a country where people just believe in what they want to gain now. But do remember the name, your good will tomorrow. What will people say? Because posterity never forget. Listen to the last paragraph. It says, long-time trust and fairness matter more than short-time survival. You want to award that contract to your friend just to survive in the office. Then what happens after in 2 months' time? What if you leave the office? You have lost your integrity, you have lost the trust, you have lost the confidence that your people place in you as a leader. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? Please respond to me so that I know that we are together. Am I communicating?
We are together. Sorry. We are together. Interesting.
Yes, sir,
Bro,
yes.
I think, oh, thank you.
Please, let's respond
Number
when he
3.
says that. So
Thank
that he
you.
will know he is not alone.
Thank you very much. Empathetics. The empathetics
Yes, sir.
is made up
Yes,
of
sir.
words that mix up. It is a feeling that others feel. It means a leader's ability to sense the deep pain, struggles, and tension in his society, like poverty, injustice, or anger, and take action before things get worse or explode. That's what we call empathetics. As a leader, you have that, you feel it, you have the sense that, oh, my people are suffering. There are poverty in the land. Children are not in school. Anger's everywhere. So what can I do? You take action immediately before things getting worse. Now, today is Nigeria. Until you raise a placard like this to say you want to protest, before your government, before your president, we know that there's problem in the land. The question is, how often will citizens protest before the government react to the problems? How often will citizens protest? A leader expected to sense what is going on within the society, understand the pains of the citizen. You don't wait until things get worse or get damaged before you come to repair. You repair before even getting to that level. That is what empathetics is talking about. Leaders understand the feeling, understand the emotions. People are suffering. My people are facing a lot. That is empathetics. As a leader, don't wait until the building collapses. Immediately you see that the building is leaking, provide solutions to it. But today, the reverse is the case. You will agree with me that this is not only Nigeria. So all over the world, where people are suffering, even in America, people are suffering. Beggars are on the street. In India, China, UK, beggars are on the street. But what is the reaction to our leaders towards this set of people? Example, imagine a leader notice that in one part of the country, people have no clean water and feel forgotten by the government. Instead of waiting for a protest or crisis, the leader listens, feels their pains, and take actions to fix it. That is leader. You don't wait until people carry placard to say, we no go gree, or we no go gree. No. You react to it immediately. That is empathetics. Feeling the pressure before it bursts and acting with care and wisdom. Good leaders don't just manage what they see. They feel what is boiling underneath and respond before it becomes a disaster. Don't wait until the fire got burned before you react to it. React now. When you react now, you will see that your people will celebrate you and tell you thank you. Number 4, liberative leadership quotient, LQ. Number 4 concept, liberative leadership quotient, LQ. It is a new way to measure a leader's success. It does not look at how a big title is or how many. Instead, it asks this leader truly help to become free. Ask yourself that question. When you're trying to talk about liberating leadership quotient, it's not about how many cars a leader has, how many buildings did you build, but the question is, how many people did you elevate from poverty? How many people did you empower to be free? As a follower, following a leader, you are not expected for your followers to be with you forever. It will go to a point where they will be settled for them to live independent. So the question is, how many people have been able to help to become free? Free from what? Free from poverty, free from fear, free from unfair treatment, free from ignorance, or free from mental limitations. Liberating leadership quotient. So as a leader, how many people, how many individuals, how many households have you able to help to become free? It's about measuring how much a leader helps people stand on their own feet, and think freely, live with dignity, and escape systems that hold them back. Example, I want you to answer this to me. Let's say 2 leaders build 10 schools each. Leader A builds the school, but still controls who attend and keep people quiet and dependent. Leader B builds the school and also helps poor students, train teachers, and let communities run the school freely. Between leader A and leader B, who is the best leader? Please open your mic and speak.
Please repeat it again. I'm listening.
Leader A builds the school, but still controls who attend and keep people quiet and dependent. Leader B builds school and also help poor students, train teachers, and let communities run the school freely. Between leader A and leader B, who will you call a leader?
Leader B.
Do you understand the point? That is what we call the liberating leadership quotient. As a leader, you give your followers, your employees, independent. That power, that autonomous power, for them to able to work freely. You can't control them forever.
No.
So leader B has the highest ANQ because they help people become independent and empowered, not just busy or control. Not just busy or control. That is the leadership. Question that we should ask ourselves. Ask yourself this question. As a leader, am I giving people more freedom, or am I just keeping them under control in the nasty way? These should be questions that every one of us should ask ourselves, and we should provide answer to ourselves. Am I allowing my people to be free, or constrain them always? That is the heart of liberative leadership. As a liberative leader, you give people freedom. allow them to take some certain decisions. Communicate the goals to them, communicate the missions to them, and see how the organization will work smoothly. But once you want to control them, I'm sorry, they will disappoint you. Number 5, strategic emotional cartography. Strategic emotional cartography. This means understanding how people feel, not just looking at statistics and using that emotional insight to make better what? Policies. You will see our leaders today be in the office, sitting down, rolling on that chair. Hey, they say the rate of HIV/AIDS have increased. How many numbers? They say, oh, 2,000 or 2 million people. What are they doing with the statistics? It's not about getting the statistics. The question is, have you been into the society, going to communities, ask people, what do they want? What is the problems? Someone boasts in River State, I built over 12 flyovers. The question is, does the people in River State need flyovers? The people need employment. They need empowerment. And you are building flyovers and you call it empowerment. We should understand the difference. You want to do good to people. Don't do what is in your mind. Do a survey. That is why even when you start a business, there's what we call market survey. Do a survey and understand the challenges of your people. What are the immediate needs? Sometimes, what might be the immediate needs of a particular community? And you are sending them what? Food. They don't need food. They already have food. They are farmers. Some people already have water. They already have road, but they don't have light. They are in need of light. So you must understand the feeling of your people, not just about the statistics, not just about the number. It's about creating policies that don't just look good on paper, but feel good in real life. You don't just sit down to create a policy and we are going to do this during campaign, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. No, it is right time convert those policies into a real life scenario, into action. People want to see the action. People want to see the positive impact of what you have done with your office. Let's look at Nigeria's leaders' deficit, a S.T.E.E.L diagnosis. Deficit and a S.T.E.E.L diagnosis. How does S.T.E.E.L diagnosis or S.T.E.E.L leadership respond to the deficit leadership in Nigeria? One of the biggest problem we have today is not about road, it's not about electricity or money. They are about the kind of leaders we have. The real issues go deep into how leaders think, behave, and make decisions. The problem we are having in the world, not only in Nigeria, is not about the road, it's not about electricity or money, but the kind of leaders we have. How does our leaders think? How do they behave? And how do they make decisions? And that is why S.T.E.E.L leadership models help us to diagnose the problems and prescribe better leadership solutions. To provide solutions. And here are the solutions we are looking at. Number 1, Nigeria deficit. What is wrong? Number 1, Nigeria deficit. What is wrong? Look at our leader. Short-term thinking. Short-term thinking. Many leaders only focus on quick wins or elections, not long-time progress. That is their mentality. But still leadership response to the short-term thinking. As a still leader, strategic mindset is what is expected from you. We need leaders who think far ahead and plan for the future. We don't need leaders who think short, that their thinking capacity is for only today. We need a leader who has a strategic mindset, who think far ahead and plan for the future. Number 2, charisma over character. Charisma over character. Flashy speeches and popularity are valued more than honesty and integrity. That is what our leaders are all about today. You see one leader with over 50 convoys, cars follow him. What for? Or what impact does he have on the economy? You see leader will get up with their shoulders raising up. Shoulders raising up. Or what impact does he have? That is a mentality. They just want to oppress the poor. They just want to impress they want to show themselves who they are. But how does still leadership respond to charisma? As a still leader, ethical anchor. We need leaders with strong values, not just strong voice. We need leaders with a strong value, not just what? Strong voice. Number 3, authoritarianism. Too much power in one person. Leaders act like kings instead of servants of the people. Sorry to use the word for those who are Muslim. When Jesus was leading his disciples, as he washed their feet, he told them, I am your servant. But today, do we have leaders who want to act like servants? Everybody wants to control, to be in power. Still leadership response. We need liberative authority leader. Real leaders use power to free people, not to control them. Real leaders use power to free people, not to control them. So you don't use your power to put people in cell, in prison. You don't use your power to put people in cell or in prison. You use your power to free them. Number 4, emotional detachment, cold and disconnected. That is our leaders' mentality. Leaders don't feel the pain of the people they lead. Nobody cares. You see today, go to some politician's house. You see how they build their house, build their mansion, cover everywhere like a studio, that even if somebody's crying, dying out there, they won't hear it. There's some house you will enter that you like blow on. Boom, boom. Our leaders does not know some things happening outside. So of them, even when the rain fall, they don't even know that it was raining. They don't care. That is emotional detachment. The kind of habit our leaders develop today. Still response to that. Empathetic sensitivity. Leaders must feel the pressure point in the society and respond with compassion. You must understand that things are not going well with your people and respond with compassion. Number 5, domestic reform, surface level changes. Some reforms only look good on the outside, but nothing deep really changes. So as a leader, we need deep change that transform lives. We need deep change that transform lives and not just repaint all problems. And not just repaint all problems. That is the kind of leader we need. That is the type of leader we need. Look, Nigeria or the world today does not just need more promises. All we need is a new kind of leadership with S.T.E.E.L qualities. That means we need a leader who can strategize, transformational, ethical, empathetic, and liberating. We don't just need leaders with promising. I promise I will do this. I will do that. We need leaders who can bring out a good strategy, transformational, ethical, empathetic, and liberating. Now, how do we implement S.T.E.E.L leadership framework? Implementing the S.T.E.E.L leadership framework. How can we move from theory to action? In university today, they taught us theory, but they don't give us practical. So how do we move from theory to action? Here are the 5 practical steps to help leaders truly live out the values of strategic, transformational, ethical, empathetic, and liberating leadership. Number 1, mirror leadership labs. That is the first step we need to take. Mirror leadership labs. What does that mean? Safe as a leader, honest group meetings where leaders reflect on themselves and receive feedback. As a leader, you need to create a platform where you can, a dialogue, where you can discuss, have a meeting with your followers, where you get feedback from them. You can interact with them and ask them, what can we do? What do you think is the problem? We call it mirror leadership labs. Safe, honest group meetings where leaders reflect on themselves and receive feedback. Why is this matter? Leaders often don't know how they are affecting others until they see themselves through others' eyes. That is why we need the mirror leadership labs. Example, a governor sits with a group of citizens and hears raw. You hear the information from their mouth, not the one you are hearing on social media. You hear raw, honest feedback, not filter praise. You won't be in your office, you see people that you're already giving money, they stay on social media, oh, they begin to praise you as a governor. No, you need to sit with them to hear individuals respond. Are you truly doing well or not? Number two, dishonest dialogue. Dishonest dialogue. Regular sessions where leaders face hard truth. When their value clash with political word pressure. As a leader, sometimes you need to face hard truth. They should tell you the truth. Why it matters is force leader to stop and ask, am I being true to what I believe? Am I being too honest to myself? As a leader, you begin to ask yourself these kind of questions. Example, a local government chairman is urged to give a contract to his relative, but reflect on whether is it right or fair. Is it right or fair? We call it dishonest dialogue. Dishonest dialogue. Number three, ethics driving KPI model. Who knows the meaning of KPI? Who knows the meaning of KPI?
Please explain because I really want to know as well. KPI.
Victor, what is the meaning of KPI? Who knows the meaning of KPI?
KPI. Anybody knows? Oh, key performance indicator, is it?
Good, good.
Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador Temitope Odetunde.
That is correct. That is it. So we need ethics driving key performance indicator models. Change how leadership success is measured from fancy building and photos to real community world impact. Change how leadership success is measured from fancy buildings and photos to real community impact. That means as a leader, you don't just say, I want to build library, but you must translate the library into something people must see. They must see the evidence. So as a leader, do you know that we must measure your achievement? We must measure your success. That is why people criticize leadership. From the day you take an oath into the office, people begin to count to say, what have you done? What impact? So change how leadership success is measured from fancy building and photo to real community impact. So we don't measure your success based on the number of cars that follow you. We don't measure your success based on the number of buildings you build in your place as an estate, but we are measuring your success based on community impact. Why the ethics driving KPI model is important? Real leadership should be judged by how many lives it improves, not how many followers it has. Example, instead of measuring how many people attended the event, ask, did their lives actually improve after the event? Am I communicating?
Yes.
It's not about how many persons that attended the diploma class. But the question is, those that attended the diploma class, what is the changes? What step have they taken to implement all these things we are saying? So I'm pleading for them to come up to say, Professor Queen Elizabeth, thank you for organizing such wonderful master class. So far, so good. My business, I was earning maybe just 1 million every month. But now, having applied all these steps, my business has grown from 1 million to 5 million naira. That is a success story. That is improvement. Then you cannot measure to say, yes, there was a success recorded. It's not about how many cloud or number you gather, but the question is, of what impact or what effect does being in attendance of a particular meeting has in such people's life? We call it ethics driving key performance indicator interest. Key performance indicator models. You must measure the performance of your leaders. It's just like as a staff working in an organization, that every month or every quarter, the employer or the human resource manager will do what we call performance appraisal to know how far we have gone and what we have done so far. The same thing in leadership. So the question now is, who are the people that is responsible to evaluate our leader? Can I make it a little bit interactive class for just 1 minute? In this ethics driving key performance indicator model, who do you think are the people to evaluate the success and the performance of our leader? Who do you think? Please open your mic and speak.
I've been speaking, so I'll be quiet. I want others also to speak. Okay, the floor is open. We're waiting. Are you too shy to speak? Mr.
Please
Gabriel,
speak.
Mr. Lukman, even if you can type it on the keyboard, on the chat box. Please repeat the question again.
The question is, we are talking about ethics driving key performance indicator model. How to measure leaders, their performance, or what impact have they made, how to measure them, their success. So the question is, our political leaders today, who is leading us in the world, not only Nigeria, who are the people responsible to measure their success, their performance? How do you measure it? Who are the people responsible to score them?
The people, like Ambassador of Temitope said on the chat box, the people.
Okay. Is the people, okay, the people, thank you. Board of Trustee.
Board of Trustee.
Okay. Okay.
I will,
Good.
I will
Every
also
one of
say,
us.
I will also
Okay.
say
Go ahead.
stakeholders.
Stakeholders. Stakeholders. Thank you. But the question is, every one of us have the right to score them based on what you see. Today, when I'm teaching or lecturing, you have the right to score my performance. If I do well, you tell me, yes, you did well. If I don't do well, you also tell me area of what? Improvement. So you are the judges. You're the beneficiary. So when things are meant for you and those things does not get to you, it is a duty to judge. In this area, you have done well, but in this area, you need improvement. Number 4, rewiring protocols. That's another framework. Neuro rewiring protocols. Neuro rewiring protocols. These help leaders retain their minds using coaching, reflection, and mental exercises. As a reader, go for personal development. Exactly what Professor Queen Elizabeth is doing. That this woman can be online reading, doing research till 3 a.m. midnight. And sometimes when she forwarded a message to me, I say, does this woman know that she is a married woman, that she needs to be with her husband? She needs to be with her husband on bed. And you will see her very energetic, reading, chatting to say, Prof, you won't understand, we need to do this, we need to do that. I say, what? That is the aspect of what we call the neural rewiring protocols. When a leader has to retain their minds using coaching, reflection, and mental exercise, you must develop yourself. Why it matters? Many leaders will react based on old habit. Many leaders react based on old habit, but they knew the ways of thinking. That thinking is what you really need. The new ways of thinking as a leader. We need new ways of thinking. And in order for you to get the new ways of thinking, you must develop yourself. You must develop your mind. Gabriel said something. And that for Shomole quoted the meaning of democracy.
I was also reading it.
It is a government of the people, for the people, by the people. So we all say that the people recognizing the part of government, we abide
by.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting. Okay. Example. A leader learn to pause, reflect, and ask, what is the right thing to do here before reacting? That is leadership. A leader learns to pause. A leader learns to pause, reflect, and ask, what is the right thing to do here before reacting? So you don't just react to a particular situation. You pause and ask some questions. Then number 5, liberation scorecard. Are we together or am I too fast? If I'm too fast, please let me know. I'm just trying to ramble, trying to look at my time. Liberation scorecard. Tools to measure how policies and decisions help people become more free, included, and respected. Liberation scorecard simply means it's a tool. It's a tool to measure how policies and decisions help people become more free, included, and respected. Example, good leadership sets people free from poverty, silence, and injustice. Good leadership sets people free from poverty, silence, and injustice. A policy score not just on result, but on whether it gets more people access to job, justice, or dignity. So when you want to score your leaders, you don't just score them based on, hey, they appointed you SA. Look at just one leader, a whole councillor can appoint over 10 SA in Nigeria today. For what for? What for? You appoint over 10 people as SA, so you make everybody become a social media world, campaign managers to you. This is how you score your leader. You score them based on the people they have access to jobs, how many jobs do they create, the justice, people they set free, or dignity. That is why S.T.E.E.L is not just about leadership style. It's about building a leadership culture that free people, yields people, and transform people. S.T.E.E.L leadership is a type of leadership that creates a leadership culture that free people from prison, free them from poverty, elevate them from poverty, yield their wounds, and transform them. Finally, the future of leader, architect versus administrator. The future of leader, architect versus administrator. In today's world, especially in Nigeria, we don't just need leaders who manage systems. We need leaders who design better futures. We not just need leaders who manage systems. We need leaders who design a better future for every one of us. Now let's look at the digital administrator. Why we don't need administrator as a leader? Administrator, what does it do? Keep things running the way they are. Look at today in leadership in Nigeria. We elected a governor, and the governor will come and know that the public school, there's no roof, there's nothing. The governor will just maintain like that, leave the building like that, and we still continue the way it is until the tenant do what? Alas, it is an administrator. They manage what already exists. They manage what already exists. Avoid risk and change. That is administrator. Administrator don't want to take risk. They avoid risk and change. They don't want to make any change or amendment. Focuses on daily routines. That is just the activity. The daily routine is, hey, they visit this person's birthday. They honor their colleague, burial party. They do this, they do that. That is their main focus. Look at the problem. If the system already broken, managing it well still keep it broken. That is an administrator. They have made the system broken, but they just want to manage it the way it is just to ensure the system still remain what? Broken. Am I communicating?
Yes.
That is administrator. Yes. Now let's look at the architect. The architect leader thinks long term. That is strategic thinking. They think long term, they think ahead. They think for the future. Now, two, they design new ideas, better system, and real solutions. So their duty is to ensure that they come up with something, creativity, innovation, to create a better system. To create a better system where one can able to enjoy the dividends of democracy, design new ideas, better system, and provide solutions to problems. Number 3, builds with vision, values, and people in mind. This type of leader, the architect, they build with vision, values, and people in mind. It is not afraid to challenge the status quo. That is the architect. They are not afraid to challenge the status quo. And this is the kind of leader Nigeria and the world needs to build up a better tomorrow, not just a caretaker of today's problem. We no longer need caretaker again. We need someone that can able to think and prepare for tomorrow. So as S.T.E.E.L leaders, we don't just occupy offices, we occupy destinies. Please take note. S.T.E.E.L leaders don't just occupy offices, we occupy destinies. So position does not matter. Today, look at what is happening. Somebody call me, oh, Dr. David, please give me position in social country. Give me position in this area. I want to represent you. The same thing we are also calling Professor Queen Elizabeth. Please, how do you get this position? How do you get this? People just want to build their profile. They just want to build their profile, occupy offices, but without impact, without value. That is not leadership. So as S.T.E.E.L leaders, you don't just occupy offices, but we occupy destinies. This means your role is not just a title or chair. It is responsibility to shape lives, unlock potential, and leave a legacy. We need to train a leaders to be architects, visionary, value-driven, and courageous, so we stop managing dysfunction and start building transformation. In conclusion, Nigeria and the world, we need leaders, not just powerful people. We need leaders, not just powerful people. Nigeria problems is not lack of leaders or people in office. What we lack are leaders with the heart and strength to truly transform lives. What we lack are leaders with the heart and strength to truly transform lives. We don't need more people chasing titles.
Nope.
We don't need more people chasing offices. We don't need more people chasing positions. We need people holding tools. We need people holding tools, people with the right tools that can be able to transform and change. We don't need more positions. We need purpose. We need leaders driving with purpose. The street, the society, the environment are full of people. The offices are full of politicians. But the nation is short of what really matters. We have people occupy the offices. Politicians occupy the offices. But the nation is short of what really matters in the nation today, of what impact are these offices done to us. Liberators, those who set others free, not just rule over them, and that is what we need. Now we're going to do something. I want each and every one of us to open our screen. We want to do something. Ensure you're on your camera. Prof, are we together?
Yes, we are. We are.
Can they all open their camera?
Okay, please open your camera. Very important.
And I would like someone to capture this particular movement to run it up.
Yes,
if we can screenshot it, the video, and do that, capture the pictures very well.
Very well.
So this is what we're going to do. Finally, I'm going to raise
Please
it.
open your camera. Very important for this
moment.
moment.
Let us raise a S.T.E.E.L leader. So when I mention the first letter S, you read the first line. If I mention T, you read the second line. If I mention E, you read the third line, and until we get to L. Are we ready? Please open your camera. Open your camera, everybody, like I said. Okay, want to go. Let us raise a S.T.E.E.L leader, capital letter S.
S.T.E.E.L leaders, strategic.
Yes, let's start again. Let's start again. Let's start again. Enough to see beyond the movement. So let's
please open your camera. We are doing practical now. Please open your camera.
Let us raise a S.T.E.E.L
Let's
leader,
work together.
capital letter S. Want to go.
Strategy enough to see beyond the moment.
Beyond the moment.
Thank you. Capital letter T.
Transformational enough to spark real change.
Capital letter E.
ethical enough
ethical enough to
to
stand
stand
for what
for
is
what
right.
is right.
Right.
Capital letter E again.
Empathy,
Empathetic
empathetic
enough,
enough to
enough
feel
to
the
feel the
people's
people's
pain.
pain.
Capital letter L.
Liberating
Liberating
enough,
enough to
enough to
unlock the
unlock the
future.
future.
Thank you. That is what true leaders means. And that is what we want in the society today. Because true
Amazing.
leadership is not about power, it is about impact.
But
True leadership is not about power, it's about impact. At this point, thank you, thank you, thank you.
thank you. Thank you so much. Amazing,
So much.
amazing. What a leadership masterclass we've gone through this morning. Amazing, amazing. I believe that
Mindset.
I believe that if we continue like this and you become the president of a country tomorrow, there will be changes. Or you become the president of an organization, the manager of an organization or leading a team, you can see changes because it's not just coming to gain the knowledge. We want to see application. We want to see you applying the knowledge because that is the problem we face in this world. We can go through every lectures, masterclasses, seminars, conferences, and sometimes eager to even speak more than others. But that is not the case. The case is, how are you transforming your leadership? How are you imparting into other people's lives? And that is why I don't care if millions of people join YYCI and then in the other way, we end up having only one or two. Because one thing I want to realize, and one thing I want you to know, is that majority that are moving on are starting something. And that is my joy. My joy is they are not in the same place where they are before. And that is why we are very, very passionate to make sure that what we are delivering in Yes You Can is excellent. So that by the time you think and reason about what you've learned, and then you gain better understanding of what you've learned, you'll be applying it out there. Very soon, I'm going to challenge every youth, every adult, every leaders that have gone through YYCI. I want to challenge them that before the end of this year, if they have not take action, if they have not applied what they've learned, then they need to be they need to see the better side of me. Because that's what we are doing. You have to progress, you have to improve. You don't have to be in one place for 10 years, 5 years, and we can't see any changes. Why are we transformational leaders? Why are we Yes You Can international members or leaders? Why are we attending seminars and masterclasses and conferences? Why? It's for us to grow. Because if your mindset is growing, automatically you are growing. If your mindset is growing, automatically you are transforming. If your mindset is growing, automatically your situation must be changed. If like just exactly what Dr. King David said today. In fact, I'm going to be repeating this video every day because the key point there is this. Why are we leading people? Why? Position will fade away because you can be assistant president today or deputy president today. You could be president tomorrow. But how well are you preparing yourself to become the president? Are you going to do the same way? There are a lot of things that I just captured. I think I need to watch this video again. I mean, take for instance, for the first time, I've written in here, I'm very good in mindset. And we're talking about administrator thinking. I say, wow, administrative mindset. That is it. That they employ you, and all what you want to do is just do the things that they're entrusted in you according to the policy that is there. That means you are not there to make a change. You just want to follow exactly what has been written without you improving yourself. Even if you are the lowest in that organization, the fact that you are reading, you are researching, your knowledge is upgrading. Even as a young person that hasn't got a job, but you just finished university or you're about to go to university, you don't make yourself just idle. You continue to engage your mindset, reading, studying, watching, so that by the time you start school, you've already prepared yourself. By the time you get a job, you've even prepared yourself more than when you first left school. And this is what we're talking about. Firstly, I want to say thank you so much, Ambassador Temitope Odetunde, for opening your camera when our master requested. I know it's not easy because you are always in the office with other people, and you are one of our directors at NHS. So I really appreciate you opening your camera at that time. And for those that can't open their camera, we totally understood. So I just want to say thank you so much, Ambassador Dr. King David. I mean, even if I know he's going to give us assignment, but what he said today for the past 1 hour, it's worth rethinking and meditating on it. Because whether we like it or not, we are all leaders and we are the people. So we need to transform our leadership by applying some of the positions in this place. I mean, take for instance, it's already said it. I, for example, I'm a leader of so many, but I'm still learning. Why? Because it's not about position. It's about what people can learn from me personally. It's about how I can impact into people's lives so that when they start, when they growing themselves and developing themselves, they can learn 1 or 2 things and they can apply it. That is why we make ourselves in that position of keep learning. Because the more you learn, the more you gain. You don't stay and say, oh yes, I've got all the experience, I've got wisdoms, I've got knowledge, I don't need to learn anymore. No, you have to upgrade yourself as a leader. I mean, there are a lot of things that I've learned from this teaching today. And I don't want us to to take it for granted. I just said Ambassador Temitope is a director. So definitely she will apply some of the things she's learning in that area. Dr. Lonson is the president of PCCF, so he can apply it in his organization. Even Ambassador Dr. King David is also the registrar of Ewedu Institute of Business Management and Leadership. So even though he was teaching us, he's also teaching himself. I've heard that several times from people, that yes, I might be the pioneer, I might be the leader on this platform teaching, but I'm also learning from what I am saying. So I don't want us to take this for granted. And we join our hands together to say thank you so much, sir, Ambassador Dr. King David, for enlightening us more. Yes, and also being consistent since May, every Friday, every Monday, consistent in his teaching. And all his teachings are very, very valuable. And please, can I encourage you to do all the assignments? Because that is the give feedback. That is the form of a feedback of what you've learned. That is the way for us to know how far you've understood what has been taught, so that we will know, because what you gain, what you understand is what you will apply. We want to hear testimonies after this global diploma, that what I learned from a particular lecturer, I have applied it, and I've seen transformation in my leadership or management. That's what we want to hear. That is why we are not doing any global diploma online masterclass for the rest of this year. So we give room for you to go and apply it. And by January, I want to believe that there will be a lot of testimony, because all our lecturers, they want to see your they want to hear from you. They want to hear your testimony. So you need to send it to us at YYCI that have created the platform, so that we don't do things like others are doing it, let's do it. No, we are doing things for transformational reasons. We are doing things for impartation reasons, for application, for implementation, so that when people can come back, that is why we don't have thousands of people on this platform, because some people, they're not ready to, or maybe they have one reason or the other. But the fact that is that even if it's only 2 people that can join us and they understood and then they apply, it's like we saved the world. Save 2 people is save the world. You've saved some people, you've saved the environment, you've saved the organization, you've saved the community, you've saved the society, you've saved the nation. Even if it's only 2 people, because 2 people can do a lot. That's what we call quality versus quantity. So I want to appreciate you all for joining us today. And on behalf of Appleton Private University, UK/Spain, and Y.Y.C.I International, UK, Y.Y.C.I International Academy, we express our gratitude for your commitment, Dr. King David, your commitment, your teachings, your energy. We miss our squeeze today, quiz today, but it's okay. Because I was waiting. I said, this time I'm gonna fire him. I'm gonna win. But it's okay. I mean, time is the factor, and we really appreciate you, sir. So on behalf of all our lecturers, on behalf of all our students attending regularly on your lectures, we want to say thank you, sir, for releasing to us your wisdom, your knowledge, and your experiences. And we wish you all the best. So
If
this
there's any
is
other questions before I
any
leave?
other question, please? Quality is more important than quantity. Absolutely right. Yes, can we have questions, please? Questions, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
please tell me how many assignments of myself left. I want to ask Dr. King David that how many my assignments left to send him.
Okay, I will forward to you, ma'am. I will forward to you.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, so that I
Okay.
can
No problem.
give it to you.
Okay.
I can
So,
No
submit.
problem.
yes, and for the sake of those people that are still here as well, I might be able to show you the assignment so far. I might be able to show you all the assignments so far. Let me see if I can get it. Hold on a second. Let me come out of here. So that, or we will still send it, but it looks like 1 or 2 people are not on our WhatsApp. So probably that is why they are not getting the assignment. But we've compiled everything together, and some of the, so let me check here. Okay, let me just quickly check, just because Our matron is referring to it. Our matron from Pakistan is referring to it. So it would be nice if I can just show those assignments. Am I in the right place? Yes. So the first assignment is about the plan a small event using POLC. And then these are the second assignment. So if you want them, please get in touch with us on yyci.academic at gmail.com, and we'll be able to send you. This is the fourth assignment. This is the fifth assignment. And today is going to release his sixth assignment. I
Yeah.
hope that is clear. Any other questions based on the teaching today?
Yeah. Send it to me. Send it to me, all of them.
Okay, I will do that one.
1 to 6, number
No.
1 to 6.
Yes, it's got for today. It's going to be 1 to 6. Yes, I will send it to you, ma'am. Okay.
6.
Any questions, please? Any questions? How many words required for answering of the questions? Quantity. How many words required for answer of the questions? It depends on which question, ma'am. So you can text me, and then we can expatiate on that. Am I right, Dr. King David? Because it's
I've responded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've responded.
Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, there is no specific. Okay, that's good. Any other question, please? Any other question based on what is being taught today? Or less if
Can we give room for 2 or 3 students to have a little testimony? Let's see
testimony,
how far
yeah.
on today's
Evaluation,
lecture.
yes. 2 people to just quickly give us a testimony, if we call it evaluation, testimony of what you've learned so far on this one today or previous. 2 students, please. I don't want to call name, and you don't have to open your camera if you can't open your camera, but we want to respond. 2 students to comment, to give testimony of what they've learned so far, especially with Dr. King David. Who will be the first? Quickly,
Yeah.
so that we can go. Yes, ma'am.
I have joined from here ethics driven KPI model and neuroning protocol. Leaders learn to pause, reflect, and artists to right thing in do before liberation scorecard tool to measure how policies and decisions make administrative mindset. We why we are attending these section, we have this is in mind that we should learn, and we should check, answer, and judge our leaders. We should judge our leaders what they are doing, and we should have ethics in our mind, what is right and what is wrong. So we should learn to measure our leaders also. So this is I learned from here, and everything which Dr. King David teaches, very impressive, very good. We have learned a lot from him. He is really wonderful teacher, very much intelligent, excellent professor, and I appreciate him a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma. Can we have Gabriel David West? Please open your mic. David West. Gabriel. Dr. Vasudeva. Can we hear from you, sir? David West, can we have a little comment from you? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Professor and Ambassador. Personally, have learned extensively on STEEL leadership, integrity, and empathy in my very endeavor, particularly the business space too. It's been an interesting journey thus far, and I am grateful. Okay. David West, I'm on duty. Okay. Can we have the last person, Dr. Shaija? Please, can you say something more special on today's lecture? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We have gotten all. So finally, thank you very much, Prof. I think at this point, I would like to take my leave because I have a meeting with DSS.
Yes, that's
Thank you
good.
very
That's
much.
it. I wish you all the
Thank
best
you.
for the DSS meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. And the last one, Mr. Laja said, I am pleased and also very happy listening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone. You've learned so long. Okay. Thank you so much.